Are you absolutely certain you are feeding your dog the right way? Most of us think we have it all figured out. We buy the good food, we fill the bowl, and we watch that tail wag. But the terrifying reality is that even the most loving pet owners are often making small, invisible mistakes that could be silently shaving years off their best friend's life. It is not just about the brand of kibble you buy. It is the how, the when, and the what else that truly matters. Today, we are going to uncover 10 dog feeding mistakes that are shockingly common and honestly quite dangerous. Mistake number 6 is a silent killer that happens in almost every home, and fixing it could save you a heartbreaking trip to the emergency vet. So pull up a chair, maybe grab a notebook, and let's make sure we are doing right by the furry souls who trust us with everything. Let's start with number 10, the once-a-day myth. Have you ever heard someone, maybe a friend at the dog park or an old school trainer, say that feeding your dog just once a day mimics their wolf ancestors and is better for digestion? It sounds rugged and natural, right? Well, it is time to rethink this outdated approach. Imagine if you only ate one meal a day. By the time 6 p.m. rolls around, you would be ravenous. You would inhale your food, overeat, because your brain hasn't caught up to your stomach, and then you would feel sluggish, bloated, and heavy for the rest of the night. Then you would wake up with an acid stomach the next morning. Your dog experiences the exact same biological roller coaster. When they eat one massive meal, their digestive system gets slammed. The stomach produces excess acid to break down that huge volume of food, which can lead to bilious vomiting syndrome, that yellow foam you sometimes find on the rug in the morning because their stomach has been empty for too long. But the bigger danger is something called gastric dilatation volvulus, or GDV. You might know it as bloat. It is a terrifying condition where the stomach fills with gas and twists on itself, cutting off blood flow. It is often fatal and requires immediate, expensive surgery. One large meal stretches the stomach ligaments, making this twist more likely, especially in deep-chested breeds like German Shepherds or Great Danes. Instead of one giant feast, consider splitting their daily calories into 2 or 3 smaller portions, breakfast and dinner. This keeps their blood sugar stable, their metabolism humming, and their energy consistent throughout the day. It is a simple change that makes their life more comfortable and significantly lowers the risk of a medical emergency. Moving on to number 9, the bottomless bowl problem. Canine obesity is becoming an epidemic in this country. Do you think your dog knows when to stop eating? The reality is quite the opposite. Unlike us, most dogs do not have an off switch. If you put down a 10-pound bag of food, a Labrador will try to eat 10 pounds of food. Their evolutionary instinct screams, "Eat it all now because winter is coming," even if they live in a heated house in Florida. This is especially true for food-motivated breeds like Beagles Corgis and Labs. But here is the hard truth: overfeeding is killing our dogs with kindness. It leads to diabetes, heart disease, and crippling arthritis that makes their golden years painful. When was the last time you actually measured your dog's food? I don't mean using that old big gulp cup you found in the garage. I mean a real measuring cup. 1 cup on the dog food bag means an actual 8-ounce measuring cup, not a coffee mug. And let's talk about treats. We love giving them. They love getting them. But a single milk bone can have as many calories as a cheeseburger for a small dog. If you are training, or if you just like spoiling them, we all do. You have to do the math. Subtract those treat calories from their dinner. If they had a busy training day with lots of cheese, maybe dinner is a little lighter tonight. It isn't mean. It is love. A lean dog lives on average 2 years longer than an overweight dog. 2 years. That is a lot of extra walks and cuddles. Number 8. Ignoring the label. Are you being fooled by pretty packaging? You walk down the pet food aisle, and you see bags with pictures of wolves, fresh steaks, and garden vegetables. It looks delicious, but do you actually know what is inside many commercial dog foods? Even the expensive ones are packed with fillers. Corn, wheat, soy, cellulose, which is basically sawdust. These ingredients bulk up the food so it looks like a lot, but they offer very little nutritional value to a carnivore. Worse, some contain meat byproducts. Now, some byproducts like organ meat are good, but generic meat meal or poultry byproduct can be anything beaks, feathers, hooves, or diseased animals. And let's not even get started on artificial dyes. Your dog does not care if their kibble is red and green. That dye is for you, and it can cause allergies and behavior issues in them. Take 30 seconds right now. Go to your pantry. Flip the bag over. The first ingredient should be a named meat, chicken, beef, salmon, lamb, not corn gluten meal, not chicken byproduct, real food. If you see an ingredient list that reads like a chemistry experiment, it might be time to switch. You don't have to buy the most expensive raw diet, but upgrading from the bottom shelf to a mid-tier food with better ingredients can change their coat, their energy, and their poop, smaller and less smelly, a bonus for you. Number 7. The cooked bone trap. Do dogs love bones? Absolutely. Is it iconic? Yes. Is it safe? Not always. This is one of the most dangerous misconceptions out there. People finish a T-bone steak or a rack of ribs and think, Rover would love this. And Rover would love it right up until he ends up in the ER. Raw bones are soft and pliable. But when you cook a bone, the heat changes its structure. It dries out the collagen, making the bone brittle and glass-like. When a dog crunches down on a cooked rib bone, it doesn't just break. It shatters into razor-sharp shards. These shards can slice their gums, puncture their esophagus, or get lodged in their intestines, causing a fatal perforation. If you want to give your dog a bone stick to raw recreational bones from a butcher, big knuckle bones, they can gnaw on but not swallow. Or better yet, high-quality digestible chews like bully sticks or yak cheese. But please throw those cooked bones in the trash where they belong. It is just not worth the risk. Number 6. The vacuum cleaner eater. This is the one I warned you about. Does your dog act like they haven't eaten in a week, gulping down their entire bowl in 15 seconds flat? We often laugh and say, wow, he was hungry. But eating too fast is a major health hazard. When a dog inhales their food, they are also inhaling a massive amount of air. This is called aerophagia. This air fills the stomach like a balloon, which brings us back to that terrifying condition, bloat. Furthermore, unchewed kibble is harder to digest, leading to gas and poor nutrient absorption. And let's not forget the choking hazard. If you have a vacuum dog, you need to slow them down. Ditch the bowl. Seriously, use a slow feeder bowl with ridges and mazes that force them to work for each bite. Or use a snuffle mat, a fabric mat, where you hide the food and they have to use their nose to find it. This turns dinner into a 15-minute mental game instead of a 15-second race. It tires their brain out, which is great for high-energy dogs and makes mealtime safer. Number 5. The table scrap, roulette. We have all been there. You are eating dinner, and you feel that heavy chin resting on your knee. Those big brown eyes are staring into your soul. Just one bite won't hurt, right? Well, it depends on the bite. Sharing food is a bonding experience, but our food is often loaded with things dogs cannot process. Onions and garlic, for example, destroy a dog's red blood cells and cause anemia. Grapes and raisins can cause sudden kidney failure, even just a handful. Xylitol, a sweetener found in sugar-free peanut butter and gum, causes a massive insulin spike that can kill a dog in 30 minutes. Even safe foods can be dangerous if prepared the human way. A piece of chicken is fine. A piece of fried chicken with spicy breading and grease that is a ticket to pancreatitis, a painful, life-threatening inflammation of the pancreas caused by too much fat. If you want to share ingredients, not meals. Give them a plain raw carrot while you are chopping veggies. Give them a piece of plain boiled chicken before you add the sauce. Keep the love, lose the toxins. Number 4. The wrong bowl. Does the bowl really matter? Yes, it does. Just like you wouldn't eat soup with a fork, certain dogs struggle with standard bowls. This is often overlooked, but it affects their comfort and health daily. Short-nosed breeds like pugs, bulldogs, and boxers, brachycephalic breeds, struggle with deep bowls. They have to smash their flat faces into the bowl to reach the kibble, which puts pressure on their throat and makes it hard to breathe while eating. They end up swallowing tons of air. They need wide, shallow, tilted bowls. Long-eared dogs like Cocker Spaniels or Basset Hounds constantly dip their beautiful ears into their food and water. This leaves their ear tips wet and covered in food residue, which is a breeding ground for yeast and bacteria, leading to chronic ear infections. They need deep, narrow spaniel bowls that keep their ears outside while their snout goes inside. And for our giant friends, Great Danes, Mastiffs, eating from a bowl on the floor forces them to splay their legs and strain their neck and shoulders. An elevated feeder can make eating much more comfortable for their joints, although you should consult your vet about elevated feeders and bloat risk, as opinions vary. The point is, customize the equipment to the dog. Number 3. The boring bowl, unbalanced diet. Would you want to eat dry cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day for 12 years? Neither does your dog. While kibble is formulated to keep them alive, it isn't always enough for them to thrive. A monotonous diet is boring, yes, but it can also lead to nutritional gaps over time. Think of kibble as the base. You can hack their bowl by adding fresh whole foods. Crack a raw egg over their dinner once a week for a shiny coat. The membrane is great for joints. Add a spoonful of plain canned pumpkin, not pie filling, for fiber. Toss in some blueberries for antioxidants to protect their brain as they age. A sardine or two packed in water provides incredible omega-3s for heart health. Rotating proteins is also smart. If they usually eat chicken formula, try the beef or lamb formula next month. This exposes them to different amino acid profiles and prevents them from developing allergies to a single protein source. Just make the switch gradually over a week to avoid tummy trouble. You will see the difference in their energy and their excitement for mealtime. Number 2. The dirty water secret. We obsess over the food, but water is the most important nutrient. Yet how often do you scrub that water bowl? I don't mean just rinse it and refill it. I mean scrub it with soap and hot water. If you run your finger around the inside of your dog's water bowl, do you feel a slimy film that is biofilm? Maui, it is a protective layer built by colonies of bacteria like Serratia E. coli and Salmonella. It protects them so they can multiply. When your dog drinks, they are ingesting this bacteria constantly. It can lead to urinary tract infections, gum disease, and systemic inflammation. Also, consider the water itself. If you live in an area with hard water or heavy chlorine, your dog is drinking that concentrated chemical soup every day. Their kidneys have to filter all of that out. If you filter your own water filter, theirs too. And ditch the plastic bowls. Plastic develops micro-scratches that harbor bacteria no matter how hard you scrub. Stainless steel or ceramic is the way to go. Wash it every single day. Fresh water, clean bowl. Healthy kidneys. Number 1. The hygiene hazard. Did you know your dog's food bowl is likely the third dirtiest item in your home, right behind the kitchen sponge and the sink drain? And yet, many of us just top it off day after day. We think, oh, he licked it clean. It's fine. It is not fine. Dog saliva is full of bacteria. When mixed with leftover grease from the kibble or bits of wet food, it creates a petri dish of mold and bacteria at room temperature. You wouldn't eat off the same dirty plate for a week, so why should they? This hygiene failure can cause chin acne on your dog, diarrhea, and even make you sick if you touch the bowl and then your face. Treat their dishes like your dishes. Wash them after every meal with hot, soapy water. Run them through the dishwasher to sterilize them. It takes 2 minutes, but it prevents a lifetime of low-grade infection and digestive upset. Final thoughts. Look, I know this list might feel overwhelming. Maybe you realized you are guilty of 3 or 4 of these. Don't beat yourself up. We do the best we can with the information we have. The fact that you are here reading this means you love your dog deeply. You are a great owner because you are willing to learn. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. Maybe tomorrow you start washing the bowl daily. Next week, you buy a slow feeder. The month after that, you upgrade their food brand. Every small change adds up to a healthier, happier dog. I want to hear from you. What is your dog's name? And be honest, which of these mistakes have you accidentally been making? I'll go first. I used to let my dog create a swimming pool in the kitchen because I didn't know about specialized bowls for messy drinkers. Leave a comment below with your story. Let's help each other learn without judgment. And if you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button. We have so much more to cover to make sure your best friend stays by your side for as long as possible.